रोहित जी प्लीज आप रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट करके इंट्रोडक्शन स्टार्ट करिए। पार्टिसिपेंट्स ज्वाइन करते रहेंगे, ठीक है?
Okay, what I have to start recording? Huh?
Okay. नहीं नहीं सर, अभी इंट्रोडक्शन होगा फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं।
Okay, okay.
रोहित जी।
So very welcome, sir, to this session. Hello, sir, I'm audible to you?
यस
Hello.
यस यस।
Okay, so very welcome, sir, to this session, and thanks for giving us time from your busy schedule. So let me introduce Dr. I.N. Dorpayagwada to all of you. So, sir has completed his graduation in 1981 in horticulture and his master's in horticulture 1983 first class from the University of Agriculture Sciences 𝐃𝐚𝐲𝐬 Bangalore, Karnataka, and sir has completed his doctorate from the same university with gold medal in 1998. Sir has 34 years of experience of teaching and research. Sir has like n number of publications in his name. Some of them are like 21 research paper, 2 review papers, 2 book chapters, and 5 technical bulletins. Sir has presented 24 presentation poster and 14 articles. Sir has also in the committee of national conference on horticulture crops, human tropicals. Sir has also published some books. Some of them are processing of fruit and vegetables in Kannada. Sir has a number of award in his name. Some of them are Excellence in Research Award, Best Professor Paper Award under the category of Fruits in 5th International Food Convocation and Exhibition, IFCON 2003. Sir has Best Oral Presentation Award uh, organized by Infotech 2009. So, and sir has guided 4 master students, US Bangalore, and 2 doctorate students in Bangalore. So all hands down to you, sir. We can continue with you. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Hello. Okay, sir. Can I start now? Hello.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, shall I start now?
Yes sir, please start sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that nice introduction. So welcome all for this my presentation on post-harvest management, processing, and value addition opportunities in fruits, vegetables, cut flowers, and also some emerging innovative trends in food processing. Okay. Coming to a small introduction to the present scenario of horticulture production. So as per the NHB data, total production of horticulture produce is 351.92 million metric tons, and India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables after China, and the horticulture sector contributes for 30.40% of the GDP of India. So we are world leader in the production of mango, banana, guava, papaya, grapes, apple, sapota, and many more fruits. But post-harvest losses are very high. That's ranging from 25 to 30% due to improper post-harvest handling, storage, and storage condition. And also in India at present, we are processing less than 3% of the total produced, whereas our neighbors like China is processing 23% of their horticulture produce, whereas USA is processing as high as 65%. So that way we are very much lacking and we should increase this. Okay, in 2005 and 2006, so this National Horticulture Mission started, and just 1 minute. Okay, and they wanted to increase area and also crops, and they wanted to go for holistic development of the horticulture. So after that, the area under mango, grapes, pomegranate, sapota, ranges or citrus fruits, fig, banana, pineapple, all have gone increased. And even some exotic fruits like lychee, avocado, and special types of citrus fruits have been, their area and production has increased. So coming to the post-harvest management, the optimum post-harvest management practices of horticulture products is not the same for all products or all producers, because fruits and vegetables vary very much from one fruit to the another variety fruit, and also variety to variety. So growers, wholesalers, exporters, and retailers must be aware of the specific needs of the product if the post-harvest supply and quality is to be maximized. Because once fruit or vegetables is harvested till it reaches consumer, it changes so many hands like growers, wholesalers, exporters, retailers. So that means utmost care has to be taken, because fruits and vegetables are highly perishable. Utmost care has to be taken at all stages, starting from harvesting, handling, and storage, all these things, utmost care has to be taken. Even the final quality of the processed products depend very much on the initial quality of raw material used, particularly when we go for processing. Unless we start with the quality raw material, that is very good quality raw material, we will not be able to get a very good processed product. So raw material quality is very much important. So then coming maturity. So this maturity varies from fruit to fruit or vegetable to vegetable, and also for the purpose for which we are going to use these fruits or vegetables. So the stage of development at which a product is regarded as mature depends on its final use. Fruits and vegetables are eaten at all stages of development depending on the vegetable. There are no general rules when it comes to defining horticulture maturity. A lot of research has been done to establish maturity parameters for whole range of specific horticulture products. So maturity must be defined for each product, in some cases for each variety of a particular product. For example, a mango variety or mango fruit which has to be used for consumption can be harvested much later stage compared to the one which is meant for processing, particularly for canning, because in canning so much heat treatment is given, so the produce should be able to withstand the heat treatment. So it should be harvested little when it is hard, and also we should select such varieties which will withstand this heat treatment during various stages of processing. The use of maturity standards provide consumers with a minimum level of quality assurance. So another reason for establishing maturity standards is that most horticulture products are harvested by hand. So compared to the other developed countries where mostly it is mechanized, but still we follow manual harvesting. So a simple color guide and sizer can also help the pickers to harvest produce at the correct stage of development. Harvest and handling. The care taken during harvesting is repaid later because of fewer bruises and other injuries, means less diseases and enhanced value of the produce. Because if there is any injury during harvest, whether by dropping onto the field or something, if any small bruise happens, so microbes are present anywhere, everywhere. So they can enter the fruit or vegetable through that bruise and multiply, making use of the nutrients and water that's available inside the fruit or vegetable, which ultimately lead to the spoilage. So that's why, so should be fruits or vegetables should be harvested at proper maturity, and also taking proper case to avoid any kind of mechanical or harvesting damage during harvesting. So pre-cooling. So this is one very important step in post-harvest management, because in Indian condition, most of the fruits and vegetables are grown in open condition. So that's why the temperature in the field will be high, as well as fruit or vegetable will be also high. So because of this, even the fruit or vegetable will be also having higher temperature. So the harvested produce has to be transported to the parking shed without any delay. So immediately after harvest, it should reach the and in the field, the heat of the sun and the respiration of the produce combine to make or increase the heat of the produce. So this is called as field heat. So as soon as the harvested fruit or vegetable reaches the um, storage room or whatever nearby place where we take, so it should be first cooled. That is called pre-cooling. The feed it should be minimized. Even under the best conditions, when the harvest is in the cool of the morning and the beans are placed in the shade, still heat production can be will be happening, and it can be controlled by active refrigeration or cold storage. So that's why it is always recommended to harvest the fruits or vegetables at early morning time, so that the feed it will not be much after harvesting. So as I said, in order to remove this feed heat, first we have to pre-cool it. One is hydrocooling. So that is by sprinkling or spraying of cold water or drenching or forced air cooling through the stacks that ensure the proper air distribution and packing with the ice or the system most commonly used. So this is a commonly used thing. So refrigeration or cold storage, it is the most important tool for extending the life of the fruit or vegetable. But at present, these cold storages are not available everywhere, particularly in the field or nearby. So farmer has to move to a little far stage. So it has its own implications. Whatever else is available to give additional storage life, good temperature control is very critical to all in a typical cool store. But in still India, we don't much do this pre-cooling, but it is very much essential in order to enhance the shelf life and also to keep the good quality of the produce till it reaches the consumer. So just we will see what are some simple principles involved in processing of fruits and vegetables, and they are used in which type of fruits or vegetables, and which method is best for processing, and all these things we will see one by one. So first of all, why we have to go for processing or preservation of fruits and vegetables? First, first and foremost is prevent losses. As we know, fruits and vegetables are living commodities. They are highly perishable. So within maybe 3 days of harvesting or 5 days, one they start losing their quality. And also to avoid that. So in particularly, if take crops like mango, there will be alternate bearing. One year there will be very less crop. Next year, very huge crop production will be too much. That due to the very high amount of production, the growers or the farmers or orchards will not be able to demand higher price, because already lot of produce has already entered the market at any cost. The growers or the farmers, they want to dispose of their material, and it creates a kind of glut in the market, leading to the class down or very low prices are being awarded to the growers. But at the same time, if they can be stored, these fresh fruits and vegetables, if they can be stored at a suitable cold storage, or if they are processed, if once they are processed, they can be transported to the far up places where there is more demand and better price. So by processing, we can prevent losses and also avoid or control this glut to some extent. Longer shelf life. So as you know, fresh fruits or vegetables may be having 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, or maximum 15 days of shelf life. But once they are processed, we can store them from 8 months to 12 months, even at room temperature itself. If we store in refrigeration or cold storage, it can be still go on to 1.5 year, depending on what is the fruit or vegetable product, and easy to use, because when we are processing, we are preparing fruit or vegetable. If it is a vegetable, we prepare as it we are preparing for cooking, or if it is fruit, we will prepare as if you are preparing the food for cooking. So that means it is already in the prepared form and then processed and then packed or processed and canned or any other method. So it is very easy to use this. For example, if you take a fruit like jackfruit, it is so tedious whole fruit has to be cut, a lot of gum will be there, the bulb has to be removed, seed has to be removed, and then only one can eat. And so if a family is small, say 1 or 2 people are there, that fruit will be 3 to 5 kg, and once it is cut, and then what happens to the rest of the process? But so once it is processed, we not consume. For example, this jackfruit bulbs can be preserved using a technology what is called as osmotic dehydration, or even one more technology called hurdle processing, where the produce will be much better than the dried product, and so it will have a longer shelf life also, and easy to transport. For example, if you take dehydration, if you take 100 kg of fresh fruits or vegetables, after drying, it comes to hardly 25 to 30%. That means 100 kg becomes 25 to 30 kg. So it becomes very easy for transporting from one place to the other place. And even if you are exporting, the cost, transport cost will be very much reduced compared to the fresh fruit or vegetables. So, and generate employment. For example, if somebody puts up a small processing unit here, so apart from the growers in the processing unit, they want so many people for doing various type of works, like washing, preparation, cutting, pulping, and operation of boiler, and operation of different machineries. So it generates a good amount of employment and better utilization of country's resources. For example, we are making a beverage, let's say I am doing mango beverage. Then apart from mango, I require sugar, citric acid, preservative, bottles, labels. So that means in addition to mango, all those who are involved in these production, manufacture or production of these things also get involved, and thereby we will be able to utilize in a better way the things that are being available in the country. So then coming to the causes of spoilage of fresh fruits and vegetables. Why fruits and vegetables get spoiled very early? For example, you take cereals like ragi, wheat, or so many other field crops. They can be stored from months to 6 months or even up to 1 year, depending on the product. But fruits and vegetables are highly perishable, and they have good amount of water. That is the main constraint compared to the other cereals and all. Their water content is less, so they can stay relatively more time compared to the fresh fruits or vegetables. And moreover, fruits and vegetables are rich in vitamins, minerals, and all type of things that are required for the life. So that's why what happens when the fruit or vegetable is damaged, and microorganisms are present everywhere. They are present in air, they are present in soil, they are present in water. Whenever they come in contact with this fruit or vegetable, they get into the fruit or vegetable and they multiply, making use of the nutrients and water that is available inside the fruit or vegetable. So that way, once their population is built up, that leads to the spoilage. Secondly, enzymatic actions and biochemical reactions. For example, let us take a freshly harvested mango fruit. So when it is harvested, it is green in color, and it is hard to touch, and it is very sour to taste. But keep it for say 5 to 10 days. Within 10 days, we see such a dramatic change. The green fruit changes to yellow color or some pinkish this one, depending on the variety. So then hard fruit becomes soft, and sour fruit becomes sweeter. How it has all happened? Because this is because of the various biochemicals reactions that are taking place inside the fruits or vegetables. As I said, fruits and vegetables are living commodities. So all these changes, just like human being, the way we respire, we take food, we take water and all. So all these biochemical reactions will be taking place in the fruits or vegetables. That's why all these changes take place. And these biochemicals reactions are controlled by the enzymes that are present within the fruit and vegetables. So that means we know that the major cause or the culprit for spoilage of fruit or vegetable is microorganisms, maybe a bacteria or a fungi or any other this one. So enzymatic reactions and biochemical reactions. So that means if we have to extend the shelf life of these perishable fruits and vegetables, then we have to aim at controlling these three major things. That we should control microorganisms, we should control biochemical reactions, also we should control the enzymes. So any method which will help in killing or spoiling the microorganism, or which will retard the enzymatic reactions or biochemical reaction, will help in the preservation of fruits and vegetables. We will see how it can be achieved. So coming to the principles, how actually are using what principle we are able to preserve fruits and vegetables. First and foremost is the removal of water. As I said, fruits and vegetables are having lot of water in it, and it is very much required for the microorganism to multiply. So if we remove this moisture, so thereby limiting the availability of the free water for the multiplication of the organism, we can control the microorganism multiplication and growth to some extent. So this is what is being done in case of drying or dehydration. In drying or dehydration, what we are doing, we are simply removing the free water, because when we take a fruit or vegetable, there are two types of water. One is the free water, other one is the bound water. So we can remove only free water. Free water is the one water which is present in between the cells or in between the organs. Bound water is present within the cell, so we cannot remove this. If we remove that bound water, then the cell will get killed, ultimately leading to the spoilage of fruit or vegetable. So this removal of water is one of the important and simple and cheaper method for the preservation of fruits and vegetables. So this is what is being, as I mentioned, this is a principle made in use in case of drying of fruits or vegetable or dehydration of fruits or vegetable. We remove the water. Second one is the heat sterilization. So that is by application of high temperature, we can kill the microorganism to inactivate the enzymes. For example, in every household, almost daily we get the fresh milk from the, so directly milked from the cow or from the dairy. Though it is coming from the dairy, already pasteurized, we don't just cut open, put into a cup and we will not drink. What we do is first we will put into a vessel and heat it till it comes to the boiling. So that means what we are doing, we are heat sterilizing. We are applying heat to the milk in order to kill the microorganisms that may be present in that particular product, maybe milk or juice or any other product. So heat sterilization, that means by applying heat, we will be able to kill or control the microorganism. Third one is the lowering of temperature. For example, we get some vegetables from the market. Let's say we have brought more vegetable, and what we do is simply we take those vegetables and keep in the refrigerator. So when we keep in the refrigerator, depending on the type of fruit or vegetable, so they will be fresh for 3 to 5 days or 10 days or 12 days in some fruits like pomegranate. But if when the same fruit or vegetable kept in the outside or room temperature, so it will show wilting. Water will be lost, wilting starts, and it will start losing the quality. So that means by lowering up the temperature, we can, or we will be able to give the longer shelf life or extend the shelf life. So how it is possible? When we lower the temperature, all the biochemical reactions, enzymatic actions that are taking place inside the fruit or vegetables, which will be slowed down. No doubt they will be continuing, but they will proceed with a very lower rate of rate, because of which we get longer shelf lives. So I don't know how far it is true. Earlier, even we used to hear Rishimanis used to be there. They used to live in Himalaya, and they used to live for 100 years, 150 years, more than 150 years. So when we think this way, so they were living in Himalaya, as such temperature is very low. Secondly, they were always meditating, and also they were respiring at a very low rate. Because of this, definitely they were able to live longer than what we are able to live in the current situation in the city. So that means even by lowering of temperature, we will be able to extend the shelf life of our perishable fruits and vegetables. So then providing chemical environment by adding certain chemical which are called as referred to as preservative. When we are added to these fruit or vegetable products, there is release certain chemical or principal chemicals, so which will act on the microorganisms and kill them. Because of this, they will not be able to multiply and spoil our fruit. Though they are able to somehow manage to get into the fruit or vegetable product, because of this chemical present, so they will not be able to multiply and spoil this. So what are those chemicals and all we will see. And also we have to remember when you are using this chemical preservative, when these chemical preservatives are harmful to the microorganism, definitely they will be also harmful to the human beings. But only advantage with that is our body weight is more. We will not be get affected at such a minute quantity that is used, that is in ppm or milligram. In that dosage only these preservatives are used. Because of that, we will not be affected. But when we keep on consume these products preserved using chemical preservative, when these accumulate in the body and when our body starts losing the resistance, particularly say aged persons, 60 plus or 70 plus, resistance will be there. So at that time they will be affected. So that's why as far as possible to avoid or minimize the use of food products which are preserved used chemical preservatives. Okay. So as I said, based on these different principles, so commonly adopted or used methods of preservation of fruits and vegetables are: first and foremost is the canning, second one is drying or dehydration, so third one is freezing, fourth one is freeze drying, and irradiation. And as I mentioned, preservation by using chemicals, that is chemical preservative, and preservation by sugar, salt, oil, spices. So this is somewhat interesting, no? Preservation by sugar, salt, oil, and spices. So our grandmothers used to do prepare pickles or jams or jellies. So they were not knowing any chemical preservatives. They were not studied in BSc home science or post-harvest technology or food preserve. But still those products used to stay well beyond 6 months and maybe even up to 1 year, because they were using judicious quantity of sugar or salt or oil or spices. That means even these natural things, when they are used at proper proportion, will help in preservation of our perishable fruit and vegetables. So we should give more emphasis on such kind of products preserved using sugar, salt, oil, spices, rather than the ones which are preserved using chemical preservative. So coming to the first method of preservation, that is canning. Here preserved by application of heat high enough to destroy essentially all microorganisms causing spoilage, with sealing food in airtight sterilized cans to prevent recontamination. Because once we process, if we keep in open, microbes after the product get cooled, microbes can get into the product, that ultimately lead to the spoilage of our product. So once it is sterilized, it should be sealed airtight so that no recontamination or any microbe will be able to get into our product. And also preserve the food as nearly as possible in the condition which it is served when freshly cooked. So that means if it is vegetables, we are, let's say, canning peas or beans or carrot. What you do is take the vegetable, wash, remove the peel or whatever unwanted thing, and it is cut into pieces. And it is prepared as if it is prepared for cooking. So, and then it is canned. So when somebody purchases and takes it to their home, their job is to just cut open the can and take the content or vegetables or whatever is there inside, just pour it and use it for cooking. No need of preparation like washing, cutting, peeling and all that is not. So that means they are preserved nearly in as possible as in the condition in which it is going to be used. The canning temperature and periods are decided based on one, size of the can. Of course, we have to also consider the type of fruit or vegetable we are going to can. And in canned product, one of the major problem is Clostridium botulinum, a spore-forming poisonous bacterium, is a serious problem if canning is not done properly and adequate heat and processing is not done. So because this botulinum is somewhat heat resistant. So if we go do just as we do in case of canning of fruit, that there we can hardly at 100 degree, that boiling temperature. That temperature will not be sufficient to kill Clostridium botulinum in some cases. So that's why we should be very critical at the optimum temperature and duration, not only temperature. Once the heating and the product reaches this that particular temperature, we have to retain for a particular period, maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes, or 40 minutes, depending on the product and also size of the can. Size of the can. If the bigger the size of the can, more time is required. And also we have to see whether it is fruit or vegetables. As I mentioned, fruits and vegetables, they can be, if we are canning means after preparing, putting into the can, sealing, it can be just put in boiling water and heated for say 20 minutes or 30 minutes or depending on this one. And that will take care, it will kill most of the microorganisms. But the same thing cannot be practiced in case of vegetables, because the microflora that is present in vegetables is different from the one that is present in fruits. So whatever microbes present in fruits, they can be killed by heating to 100 degree centigrade itself. So that's why we in fruits 100 degrees, but in case of vegetables, so we have to go beyond 116 degree or so. So that's why while canning, we have to go for pressure processing. In case of that means we have to use autoclaves or retards in order to attain the higher temperature required in case of fruit and vegetable products. So and also there in canning, I will show this is the flow chart, how exactly it is done. Selection of fruits or vegetable. So we have to select the variety with withstand temperature and also suitable for the product we are going to make. And also it is harvested at right stage. First and foremost is washing. As I said, microbes will be there everywhere, soil, water, air and all. So since we are getting the fruit from the outside or a field, some soil or some other contamination or pesticide residue may be there. So utmost care should be taken to properly wash. And then preparing. So as I said, if it is a vegetable, it is prepared as it is. We are preparing it for cooking, or if it is fruit, as if we are preparing it for the eating purpose. And blanching. So in that blanching, I have put a asterisk also. We have to notice this. So this blanching is mostly done in case of vegetable canning and not in fruit canning, because in vegetables there will be certain enzymes which will be there, which will not get easily inactivated. So that's why we have to give this mild heat treatment. So that means, so after preparing, that vegetable is taken and it is dipped in boiling water for a particular period at a particular temperature. So this is mostly we should remember. So invariably blanching is required, that too in vegetables, but need not be essential in case of fruit or fruit products. Then filling in and brining. So I have used two words we should remember: brining or syruping. So when you are canning, let's say mango slices, we will can in sugar syrup. So that is called syruping. At the same time, if you are canning, let's say beans, so we are not going to use sugar syrup because it is vegetables. We have to cook it like a vegetable. So there we have to use salt solution, 5 to 6% salt solution. In case of fruits, sugar syrup, maybe 40% or 50% sugar is used. So we should remember. So that filling solution is different for vegetables and different for fruits. And also blanching is essentially done in case of vegetables, may not be required in fruits. So then exhausting. So what is done? First we have prepared the material, then we have taken the pre-sterilized cans, and then we have put the product, whether it is fruit or vegetables, and then we have filled either sugar syrup or the salt solution, depending on the product. And then and while filling, we have to retain a little space on the top. This is called head space in case of canning. And put the cap or lid. So it is lid, and we have to seal. And then we have to subject to autoclaving in case of vegetables, are subjected to heating in boiling water in case of fruit products. Even canning of fruit can be done in boiling water. So that has to be particular. Once it reaches a particular temperature of heating, we have to retain for a specific period. Once after it reaches that particular temperature, maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, as I mentioned, depending on the size of the can, and also depending on the type of fruit or vegetable inside. And of course, it has to be labeled, giving all the details. What is the product, when it was prepared or manufactured, what is the expiry date, and also compulsorily we have to mention the FSSAI number, Food Safety and Standards Authority number, because any of us going for this product preparation on commercial scale, we have to obtain a license, what is called as FSSAI license, and that number is exclusive for the person who has applied and taken. In all the products manufactured by them, they have to invariably put the label containing details like date of manufacturing, and what are the ingredients used, and whether any preservative is used, and what is the nutritional value. All these details has to be given, and date before which that product has to be used. That means it should not be used if it is exceeding that date. So it should not be sold also once that date has crossed. So labeling and storage. So next, coming to the next important method of preservation, that is dehydration. So there are two words, drying and dehydration. They are interchangingly they are used, but we should correctly use, being the uh, educated one with the background of a fruit or vegetable preservation or food science. So drying reference to the, suppose you prepare a material, keep in sun, and during a daytime, due to very high temperature, moisture is removed, and so that products get dried, maybe 3 days, 5 days, or 10 days. So this is drying. So that means here we are not having any control over either temperature or relative humidity. So it is uncontrolled drying, uncontrolled removal of moisture. Uncontrolled removal of moisture is drying, whereas controlled removal of moisture is referred to as dehydration. So in dehydration, so removal of water is taken place at a particular temperature, maybe 60 degree or 65 degree or 70 degree, depending on fruit or vegetable. And also relative humidity also we can adjust in the dryers, because dehydration is dried using the cabinet dryers, whereas drying is done maybe in open sun or even in shade during summer. For example, in resin making, sun drying is also used, shade drying is also used. Okay, so this when we remove moisture, minimizes deteriorative reactions that are taking place inside. It also brings substantial reduction weight and volume. So since the volume gets reduced, as I mentioned, transport costs and all, even packaging cost also gets reduced. So even product can be very much stored at room temperature. We need not use for cold storage. But when we go for frozen products like frozen peas, frozen beans, frozen mixed vegetables and all, so invariably they have to be stored in the freezer part of a refrigerator. We cannot store in room temperature. But because of that, first of all, cost of making a frozen product is high, because energy is used at every stages, and subsequently during storage, not only storage, even during transport, we have to use refrigerated trucks. And after purchasing also, when we take to home, we have to store in refrigerated freezer. So because of that, the frozen products are much costlier than dry product or canned product, but quality will be the best, I can say the best in case of frozen products, because we are not subjecting our foods or veggies to a very harsh temperature or humidity treatments. Because of that, quality will be better. Of course, the price will be also proportionately higher. So if you have to go for a dry hydration, what we have to do? Prepare fruits or vegetables and given certain pre-treatments before they are subjected to dehydration. This is important. If you take any fruit or vegetable, simply wash, cut and dry. So no doubt it may dry, but it will turn brown. As I said, there will be some enzymes, polyphenol oxidase enzymes. When you cut and open, for example, you take apple and cut and exposure, within 10-15 minutes, we see the cut portion is turning into brown. This is happening because when you cut open, there will be polyphenol oxidase within the fruit or vegetables. It reacts with the oxygen that is present in the air and forms a brown compound. So that's why the cut surface will have say brownish this one. So that's why fruits are using so we have to take care that once it is cut, the gap between cutting and drying should not be too much. And secondly, they should not be kept open, exposed to air. We can keep them immersed maybe in some salt solution or something. So when you come to the fruits, the simple example of dried, this one is raisins or kismis. So earlier we used to import raisins or kismis from other countries like Afghanistan, Iran, and all. Of course, now we are able to manufacture our own raisins in India itself. So there are some even the raisin making technology has been standardized in India itself. So even myself has worked on resin making techniques at the Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, Bangalore. So this technology is also available along with many other technologies at the institute. So, so for example, dried products are raisins, dried onion or onion powder, peas, carrot, then dried beans, like that. Many fruits, cauliflower, many fruits and vegetables can be preserved making use of drying. So you can see these are some of the dry products that have been done at IHR. Like first one is the tutti frutti, second one is osmotically dried mango slices, third one is the raisins. I was mentioning raisins. This is Arkavati raisins. Arkavati is a seedless grapes developed and released by Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, which is ideal for raisin making. So we have standardized the technique. Then fruit bar. So that is fruit pulp with suitable quantity of that sugar, citric acid, preservative. So, so suppose if you want to do dehydration of onion, some simple steps I will show. First and foremost is selection of onion bulbs. If you are going for dehydration of onion, so white varieties are prepared. And secondly, TSS should be 15-degree Brix or more. This TSS indicates total soluble solids. So higher the TSS, better or more will be the yield. So that's why while making raisins, we say we should select only those grapes which are having a TSS of 20-degree Brix or more. If you use lower than TSS 20, then the product will not be very sweet and yield will be also less. Then sorting and grading and topping and removal of peel, that is peeling, and slicing, cutting into thin pieces. Then dip in 0.25% KMS, potassium metabisulfite solution, for 5 minutes. So soak in 6% salt solution. This is required in order to prevent between cutting until it goes for drying. There will be some time gap. So, and afterwards, if you are going for dehydration, dry at 55 to 60 degrees some temperature. And once it comes to a moisture content of, if it is onion, so they can be dried up to 5 to 6% moisture content. Above all that must be removed, and then it is packed and stored. Of course, in packing and storing, we should remember in drying, what we are doing is we are removing the moisture. So the end product is highly hydroscopic. It easily absorbs water. So water will be there in the air. So that's what is relative humidity. If it is not packed in properly airtight containers, maybe PET bottles or jars or any suitable, it easily absorbs moist from the moisture from the atmosphere. So dry becomes semi-soft, and that attracts many organisms, microorganisms. Ultimately, it is going to get spoiled. So that's why we should take care. It is packed in airtight containers. As I said, the second product, that raisins, second most important product of the grape wine. The present production of raisin is inadequate to meet the domestic demand. If we are importing raisins from countries like Afghanistan, Iran, and Australia, the quality of raisins is influenced by the raw material used and also various treatments given prior to the dehydration, and also the method of drying that is employed. So this I already mentioned and slightly elaborated. So then what are the characters of a grape that makes it ideal or suitable for raising? First of all, it should be smaller size, round and plumpy shape, and very sweet, having a TSS of more than 20 degree, and also moderate to lower acidity. TSS should be there, but at the same time, acidity should be lower. And greenish are light brown in color. So, and as I'm mentioning, the end product quality depends on the method adopted for drying. You can see the three same raisins prepared from same variety, giving all the same pre-treatment except for drying. So here only the drying methods are different. The top one is the shade dried. We can see here color is much better than the other type. And second on right side is the oven dried. So here color is intermediate, whereas the left side, what we see here is sun dried. Here color is more brownish. So it is color is not very much desirable. So that's why, so wherever it is possible, so we should either do it in shade drying. So because shade grapes comes to harvest somewhere in peak summer. And if you go to the Maharashtra region and all, where a lot of grapes, seedless grapes is grown, or even Bidar and North Karnataka side. So where the relative humidity is less, but the temperature is very high, we can dry in sun itself. But as I mentioned, some pre-treatments has to be given in order to prevent the browning or blackening after the drying. So all these details are available. So whoever is interested can definitely take the information and go for commercial. Because of the limitation in time, I will not go to very detailed or elaborate. So these are the selection of raw material. As I mentioned, high TSS, small, thin skin, and TSS should be more and acidity should be less. Then preparation of the bunches. So once that is harvested and brought to the place where it is going to be converted into raisins, we have to take the individual individual bunches of grapes, and if there are any diseased or damaged or blackened berries are there, we should remove using a scissor. Don't pull it by hand, use it removing the scissor. And then light treatment I have mentioned. Then what is this light treatment? Light treatment is nothing but sodium hydroxide treatment. How it is given? So this 0.3% sodium hydroxide solution is prepared, and it is boiled. When it is boiling, these prepared grape bunches are put in a thin muslin cloth and dipped in that solution, that is boiling sodium hydroxide solution, just for 3 to 5 seconds only. We should not dip for a longer time, and immediately take out, and then wash it by putting the running tap water. So that is dipping oil treatment. And in certain conditions, if you want very soft raisins and also greenish tinge on this one, then it is further subjected to what is called as dipping oil treatment. So this is a commercial product available. Earlier, it used to be imported from Australia. So now even some companies are making in India. It is having, so this it is available. So that 2 to 5% solution is prepared, and this light treated grapes are dipped in that solution and then taken out. And in some case, we find that raisins are very yellow. So that is because of sulfur fumigation. If you want yellow color, then we have to give a treatment what is called as sulfur treatment. Here what is done is prepared grapes are just racked in a sulfur fumigation chamber, which is having four trays, all are racked one above the above, and below required quantity of sulfur. That is how much is required? Around 2 to 3 grams of sulfur per kg of grapes we are going to load. If you are grape loading, say 20 kgs of grape in that sulfur fumigation, 20 into 3, 60 gram of sulfur. We have to weigh, take a porcelain plate, put cotton, put this weighed sulfur, put it below that sulfuring chamber and just lit it, burn the cotton and close the chamber. Leave it for 3 to 4 hours. During that time, what happens? Sulfur, cotton, due to the fire, it will burn. So when cotton is burning, sulfur will also get burned and it will form sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide gas is formed, and that dioxide gas, it will flow from down because we have kept the fumigation down to the top, and it will come out of the top opening. And during this process, some quantity of sulfur gas will be absorbed by these grapes, which are treated or which are given light treatment, because when you give this light treatment, small cracks are formed on the surface of the grapes. Even wax coating is also removed. So because of that, they easily absorb this sulfur dioxide gas. Because of that, we get yellow color in the end products. So afterwards, either we can go for sun drying or side drying or tray drying, depending on the available facility. And after that, we have to, before packing, we have to do curing, because during drying, particularly let's say we are going for sun drying or even tray dryer, so it will so happen, whatever the grapes which are very near to the source of heating, so there will be heating rod inside that, and they will get more sulfur, and during drying also they will get more just 1 minute please. So there will be not uniform drying. The grapes which are near to the source of heating, they will be more dried, but which are far up, they will be less dried and more moisture. So that's why what is a step called curing is done. Here what I've done is, all the dried grape is put in a big container. It is a airtight container, and lid is put and left it for nearly 1 month. During this time, what happens? The ones which are having more moisture, it will be given out inside that container, and that moisture will be observed by the ones which are more dried or over dried. So there will be a kind of equalization of moisture take place during curing. That is curing. After that 1 month, we can take out the grapes, and then we have to separate from ratchets. We should remember, till now we have not separated the grape from the bunches. We should not separate also during these various processes, because if we pull and separate the grape at the pedicel end, that juice will be oozing, and during drying and all, it will create some nuisance. So it will not dry properly. So, and also it will attract insects. So that's why only after fully drying only these grapes are taken out and separated from the bunches and subjected to capping, curing, and then they are packed and stored. So this storing can be done either at low temperature if we want more than 1 year of shelf life, or if it is meant for export where they demand very good appealing color, or we can store at room temperature itself. It will not get spoiled. Only little browning will take place. That color will be gradually lost, because color we have given by giving the sulfur fumigation. So that will be slowly lost from that. It will be in gas. This one, it will come out. So that's why they will tend to turn brown. So we should be taken care. That what purpose we are storing, whether it is for local or exporting, and in how much time it is going to be marketed and used. All these things to be considered. So we can see here some other dehydrated products. I will not go to the details of this each method because it will take too much of time. So we can see here, there is a new technique called osmotic dehydration. So because in normal drying, we are drying to a much lower level of moisture. So maybe 6% or 8%. So which may not be liked by those who are used to use or eat fresh fruits or vegetables. So that's why in osmotic dehydration, we are keeping moisture to a little higher, and also drying, partial drying is done using concentrate sugar, not by merely heating. Before putting into a dryer, it is subjected to what is called as osmosis, that I will show in the next subsequent store. So even pig can be dried. So I am showing some dehydrated products. Even onion can be dried. So in onion, mostly it is white varieties are only used, because for export purpose, mostly importing countries prefer white onion. So that's why we should, since it is mostly for exporting purpose, we should go for white varieties. So freezing, I was mentioning, it's a substantial reduction of microbial activity as well as biochemical changes. So, and frozen products should be stored at minus 18 degrees centigrade. So temperature still the use. Of course, quality can be preserved better, including the flavor and aroma, because in drying and dehydration, we are subjected to high temperatures. There, even color and many vital vitamins and minerals are lost, but this problem will not be there in freezing, but definitely it is proportionately costly also. Of course, again, secondly, it needs refrigeration during storage as well as transport. So some of the examples of frozen products are frozen vegetables like peas, beans, carrots, mixed vegetables, and even fruits also can be preserved by freezing. So there is another method, what is called as freeze drying. So it is combination of two methods. One is the freezing, other one is the drying. Both are combined into a single method, and it is called freeze drying. So compared to the other methods of drying, this or dehydration, freeze drying is the very good method, because here we can retain color, flavor, texture, flavor much better than other methods, ordinary methods of drying. But it involves more cost, because we require a machine, or whatever is equipment are called freeze dryer. So here water present in the material is first converted into ice by freezing, subjected to freezing less than minus 20 degree, minus 30 degree. So suppose you want to make freeze dried, say, mango powder. So what you have to do is extract the mango pulp and put it in a container, keep in a freezer, and put it at say minus 30 to minus 30 to 40, till all the pulp or juice becomes completely ice-like and hard. Once it reaches that stage, it is taken out and then it is subjected to freezing. So after freezing, it is subjected to drying. So normally in drying, we are going for 60, 65, 70 degrees. But in freeze drying, we are able to dry at a temperature of 25 to 30 degree itself. How it is possible? How it is possible to dry at 30 degree? So when it is not normally possible, because once it is frozen, that frozen juice or pulp is subjected to vacuum. So whatever air and everything is there inside the drying system is taken out. So that means vacuum is created. So this boiling point of water is much lower in vacuum. So when you take water and heat it requires 100 degrees centigrade for evaporating to reach gaseous stage. But when we freeze it just at just at plus 30 degree itself, so whatever water which is in the form of ice is sublimated, in the sense it is thrown out from, so this liquid phase. To normally what happens, suppose you take ice, heat it becomes liquid, that is water, that is liquid. And when we further heat, it becomes steam, that is gas. So that means a material can be in either in solid or in liquid or in gaseous form. But in freeze drying, the fruit pulp or juice which is subjected to freezing in solid condition becomes dry powder by passing that liquid phase. So whatever water is there, it is taken out from the frozen uh, pulp or juice without allowing it to the going to the liquid phase. From water from ice form, it will directly become steam or gas, and it will be comes out of the system. So this phase where we are bypassing the middle stage, that is liquid phase, is also, that's why the freeze drying is also sometimes referred to as sublimation. So directly evaporated by drying at a lower temperature to get a moisture content. So here the advantage is, as I said, we are able to dry to a moisture content of 5% or even less than 5%. But in ordinary methods, it is very difficult to go lower than 6 or 7%. If we further dry at ordinary temperature or ovens at much higher, quality, color, flavor, and all will be lost. But this problem is not there in freeze drying. We get very good color, quality, flavor, but the cost involved is very high. So of course, again, storage and the transport also care to be taken. Next method is product is filled into irradiation. Here, product is first prepared and filled into the cans. So just like what we do in canning, product is prepared and filled in the can or bottle or wherever, whatever we want to irradiate. Cap is put and sealed, and then it is irradiated. So when we pass through certain gamma rays, it will inactivate the enzymes and also kills microorganisms. So these irradiation rays, they can pass through any media. So that's how X-ray is taken in human beings. So it will pass through flesh, meat, bone, everything. Similarly, when we irradiate, so those rays will pass through peel, pulp, skin, everything, and the same way, whatever microbes are there inside, they will also get killed, and whatever enzymes are there, they are also get inactivated. Though they are not killed, enzymes becomes inactivated, and microbes will of course get killed. Because of that, this we will be able to preserve fruit or vegetables for a long time. But of course, there is some restrictions on the use of irradiation. We are not supposed to use it in all type of food products, though it has been allowed in certain countries in some fruits and vegetables. So in India, still there are some restrictions. So very less chance for recontamination, because we are already preparing the product, then sealing or packing, and then irradiation is done. And of course, it may pose health hazards if you are not sticking to the permitted levels. So gamma rays are used at a very low. And preservation by chemicals. So here there are very two commonly used chemical preservatives. So which are there in the all day-to-day process. So some of the examples like pickles, ketchup, sauces, and squashes can be preserved using chemical preservatives like KMS, that is potassium metabisulfate. Other one is the sodium benzoate. And of course, acetic acid also, and salts also in some cases work as a preservative depending on the product and doses. So coming to the first and commonly used potassium metasulfate. So so it is in the powder form. So it is required or weighed quantity is taken, dissolved in the drinking or potable water, and then put into the product, juice, jam, jelly, and then it is thoroughly mixed. So this potassium metabisulfate, so it releases sulfur dioxide gas inside the product. Actually, here, actually, the one principle which is acting as a preservator is sulfur dioxide. Since we cannot directly add easily the sulfur dioxide gas, we are using the potassium metabisulfate, which ultimately releases sulfur dioxide in the product, which acts as a preservative. So here, the dose of the preservative to be used can be varying depending on the product, and we should take care that we should not use more than the permitted level of. So here we can use up to 0.7 gram per kg of end product, prepared product. That's the upper limit. We can use lower than that, but we cannot exceed that as per the FPO specifications. So other chemical preservative, as I mentioned, it is sodium benzoate. So it releases benzoic acid, which actually acts as a preservative or preservator. So permitted level is maximum 1 gram per kg. Of course, again, it is dependent on the product. 1 gram is the highest. We should not use such a high dose. So when there is already potassium metabisulfate, why we are going for one more sodium benzoate? See, potassium metabisulfate cannot be used in all products where pigments, certain pigments like lycopene, for example, tomato products, invariably you have to use only sodium benzoate, not potassium metabisulfate. If you use potassium metabisulfate, the product become darker. So, and secondly, where anthocyanins like colored grapes and even in pomegranates also, we are supposed to use only benzoic acid. So we should remember where we should use potassium metabisulfate, where we should use only sodium benzoate. So sodium benzoate should be compulsorily used. We should not use KMS in case of the products where lycopene, like tomato, pomegranate and all, and or anthocyanin like colored grapes, uh, or any similar type of product or juices or end product has to be preserved. So these are some of the processed products. So from tomato, we can make various products like canned whole in the form of pulp, puree, paste, juice, and also in the form of sauce or ketchup. So, for example, if one can go for primary processing where fully ripe fruits can be taken, washed, cut into pieces, just extract tomato juice, concentrate a bit, and concentrate to one third. So if it is 30 kg, we should concentrate by heating till it comes to 10 kg. And this product is called tomato puree, and it can be packed and served to the big factories, which are maybe far up from the place of growing. Tomato is grown somewhere villages or remote places and all, but factories will be in cities. But we can have a small unit where this tomato puree or paste can be manufactured and supplied to the bigger factories. Because in tomato we find often very low prices like 2 rupees, 3 rupees, 5 rupees kg, and also 70 rupees, 80 rupees, 100, 120 rupees because of the availability, depending on the availability or non-availability. So if during the glut season where too much of tomato is produced, instead of taking everything to the fresh market, if part of that is diverted towards processing, like intermediate product like this, then we can be able to realize some good price for our fresh tomatoes also. So onion, dehydrated flakes, granules, powder, paste, okra, bindi can be canned, frozen, dehydrated. Peas can be canned, frozen, dehydrated. Watermelon, ready to serve beverage. So in water case of watermelon, so not only ready to serve bees, beverage, you can even prepare watermelon rind candy and watermelon rind pickle. I will be having some photos I will show there. So canned and mushroom also can be preserved. So cauliflower, carrot. So uh, okay, this is about processing of mango. So just I will not go to the details, just I will mention few points. Mango fruit is utilized at all stages of its development. So like raw mangoes can be processed into chutney, pickles and drinks, and ripe mangoes can be converted into squashes, syrups, nectars, jams and jellies. India is the largest producer of mango in the world, and we are exporting to UK, USA and Middle East continent a major share. Of course, if you take processing of banana, both ripe and unripe bananas can be successfully processed into several products like pulp, canned slices, beverages, clarified juice, fried chips, and also fruit bar. So papaya fruit is also used and grown extensively in South India. It is also used in immature form for curry soups, either alone or in combined with other vegetables. The mature papaya products like tutti frutti, pickle, jellies, and candies. Dry fruits for canned papaya, papaya cocktail, papaya nectar, canned papaya pulp, papaya slabs, papaya topi, and even papaya can be blended with other fruits pulps, because when tomato or when papaya is processed, like if you make juice, it will develop some up flavor which is not liked. So it can be successfully blended with mango, say 1:1, 50% papaya, 50%. So because both color are similar, so we can make the end product which will be very much acceptable. So culinary paste, apart from these products from vegetables, like culinary paste, like can be prepared, like can be taken up even at cottage scale also, like ginger paste, onion paste, garlic paste, green chili paste, lime sauce, tamarind sauce. A set of these culinary products has been developed at IHR and also commercialized. Some people are taken and they are also manufacturing. Details I will try to give. So these are the beverages prepared from different fruits like banana, mango, watermelon, grape. So at the Indian Institute of Horticulture Indian Institute of Horticulture Research, we have developed mango beverage, grape beverage, banana beverage, pineapple beverage, passion fruit beverage, blended beverage, jackfruit beverage, watermelon beverage. Here a question may arise. So these kind of products are already available in market from long time. What is the speciality or how they are different from the product they are already available in the market? So here what we have done is we have minimized the use of chemical preservative, or we have completely avoided depending on the product. Okay, so depending on the product, so they are more safer and also have a better quality, and also and if you take RTS, ready to serve juice, so there the permitted minimum juice or pulp is prescribed by FSC only 10 to 12% or 15%. So in most of the commercial they use less only, but IHR developed this one. We have used higher quantity of sugar, sorry, higher quantity of pulp or juice compared to the commercial products. Because of that, they will be having better nutrition, better taste, and also better flavor. So you can see this is enzymatically clarified juice from Goa. So this is pilot scale processed watermelon juice. So passion fruit juice. So this we have developed at a Central Horticultural Experiment Station located at Chattalli in Coorg, where I worked as a head of the research station for some 2 years during 2016 to 18. This passion fruit, it is very delicious. It has got a very characteristic flavor and taste. So we have developed a very good um, beverage from this, and also it has been commercialized and we have given out this technology. And if someone is interested in small scale processing, these are some of the minimum quantity of machinery required. This is like pulper, so this is freezer, because all pulp or fruits which cannot be processed immediately, they can be. So if it is mango, because it is seasonal, so we get only one season in a year. During season we can extract the pulp and can be stored in frozen condition in this kind of deep freezer and taken out and used for product making whenever it is required. So pineapple beverage I was mentioning. So this is one party from Andhra Pradesh. They have taken this technology. So you can see first photo is fully ripe pineapple. So they are taken and then washed. Crown is removed and then it is peeled and then it is cut into slices. So once it is cut into slices, these slices are put in a pulper, or if it is done in small scale, even you can put it in a mixie and blend it. So then we get a thick pulp. And based on the weight of the pulp or juice we have got, then sugar syrup is prepared separately. So using 1:3. So that is for every 1 kg of extracted pulp, we require 3 kgs of sugar syrup. So it is prepared, filtered, and then it is mixed, and then it is filled into the clean and sterile or bottles, and then it is packed like this. So you can see this is a. So similarly, we can also make RTS juice. So banana, so good number of product like beverage, RTS beverage, banana wine, banana brandy, banana vinegar, so many products, but commercially banana mainly goes for eating as ripe raw fruit or for making this or puja purpose. But apart from this, even wine, brandy, vinegar, and even squashes can be prepared. So this is robusta type of banana. If it is not used, so after fully ripe, if it is not used within 2 to 3 days, so peel become brown. So when it becomes marketing becomes difficult. So though inside the pulp and other things are good, because of the brownish or black peel, marketing becomes difficult. but this can be used and converted into a very good beverage. So from banana, we can make either RTS beverage or a squash type of beverage, that is a concentrate, banana wine, brandy, vinegar. So pineapple RTS, different steps I have shown. So this is again pineapple juice making. So different steps we have also, this already has come. So this is passion fruit juice, what we have developed at our institute. And this is pilot scale processed watermelon juice. Some more photos will come there. I will give more details about this. So passion fruit juice again. So this is pulper for extraction juice. So sorry, this some slides are getting repeated. So there here when we started to make banana product, when you are extracting the pulp, we are facing this problem. You can see one side the extracted pulp is there, it is brownish. So in right side it is there, it is having good color. So this was happening. So mainly because of the polyphenol oxidase enzyme. So then what we did is took the fully ripe fruits and gave the heat treatment to inactivate the polyphenol oxidase, and then we feed those fruits and then pulp was extracted. Then we are able to get this good light or bright color. So also if somebody requires clear and clarified juice, we can use enzymes for clarifying the juice. So you can see banana clarified juice. One clear one is the use with the enzyme clarification, otherwise without enzyme clarification. Amla beverage. See, because we can see if you are going to visit some patient, relative or somebody, normally what we do is we carry some Mosambi or oranges, because these Mosambi or oranges are very rich in vitamin C. This vitamin C, because we are going to give it to the patient, it will help in better recovery because of vitamin C. It gives some kind of or some amount of resistance to this, whatever bacteria, virus or whatever is there. So that without knowing that it is helping the patients in this way, we are taking. But the unknown thing about this is this amla or nellikai, whatever we call, it is having more than 10 times vitamin C than our oranges or mosambis. Though it is having this much of vitamin C, because it is very sour and astringent, we cannot eat. Even I tried eating daily one, and I could not eat beyond 3 days, one itself. So because of that, we are converted into a very beautiful beverage concentrate like this. So which has a shelf life of 6 months to 9 months. So daily what we can do is take 1/4 of cup of this concentrate, add 3/4 cup of water, mix it thoroughly and drink. So this way we can meet the vitamin C requirement of an adult per day, just taking one cup of this diluted juice. So this is where are the various steps I have shown. First one is the fully ripe amla. So then they are heated in boiling water. So heated till the segments get separated. Press it, separate, remove the seeds, and then okay, then we can put it in mixie or pulper and grind it, and then pass it through the sieve. Then we get a very thick juice. So take the weight and or volume, and based on the weight and volume, you have to prepare sugar syrup and mix both of them. Add little preservative, permitted chemical preservative. We are adding only just 10% of the permitted level. So in addition to that, we are also adding this cardamom extract to enhance the flavor and taste of amla juice. As I said, dry fresh fruit is very sour, and also taste is not like. By adding this cardamom extract to the prepared juice, mixing well and then bottling, so we can do it, and then it can go for marketing. So I was telling about passion fruit. This is the type of product we have made. So it is concentrated, characteristically flavored, ideal for blending with other fruits also, rich in vitamin C, free from synthetic color and flavor, whatever product we have made. And shelf life minimum is 6 months at room temperature, and it will go up to 1 year at ambient. So of course, banana juice. This is pilot scale passion fruit beverages of different. And I was telling about this jackfruit. So it is very tedious to eat a big fruit cutting, and then a lot of gum will be there. So taking out the bulbs and then removing the seeds. And once the fruit is cut and it has to be consumed, all that problem. But it can be converted into what is called hurdle process. We can see these products, hurdle processed jackfruit bulbs. This is after 6 months of storage. It's not fresh. It is not initially prepared. After 6 months of storage, it is having such a good color, taste, flavor, everything. So see, this is same thing closer. So I was telling about watermelon. So this is fully left side, fully ripe watermelon fruits. Take those fruits, wash, cut into pieces, remove the seeds and also the outer rind, put it in a mixie or the grinder or the pulper. Then we get a clear juice, filter it. So then we have to this extracted juice, we have to add, this is extracted juice, sugar, citric acid, and ginger. So this ginger is taken at the rate of 5 gram per kg of extracted juice. It is washed, peeled, and then cut into small pieces and put in, and little water is put, ground, and extract juice is extracted, and then it is put into the prepared juice, mixed thoroughly, and then only the product is bottled. So here juice is prepared and no chemical preservative is added in this product. It is heated. Juice is heated till it comes to boiling. I said in canning or heat preservation by heating. So the food product can be preserved by heating to just boiling water 100 degrees. So this is a vessel, steel vessel. We have put water, we have heated water. When water has come to the boiling, we have put this sealed bottles in that container and heated for another 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, it is taken out and put in room temperature. We should not put in cold water, bottles will break. Put in the room temperature for normal cooling or cooling on its own. Then they are labeled and stored and marketed. So this is for this product making, we require one this sealer. This is called PP caps cal sealer. PP cap pulper proof cap sealer. So this is for a small scale in a steel vessel itself. We can process it. So after heating for that required time, it has to be taken out. We have to use that tongs. We should not directly touch in hand. It will be very hot. So this is the end product. So this is final fruit. So this is enzyme clarified supporter juice. So as I was mentioning, other products like from watermelon, we can make juice, candy, pickle. This is very important, particularly in case of watermelons grown for seed purpose. When it is grown for seed purpose, when fruit is fully mature, it is cut, seeds are taken, the rest is discarded, like that red edible portion, rind, everything. But we can make 3 more products other than that seeds. From that red colored portion, we can make RTS juice, what I already shown. And from that rind, we can peel off that green part and take that white portion, cut into pieces. Either we can make candy or pickle. Of course, culinary paste also mentioned, onion paste, garlic paste, green chili paste, tamarind sauce, lime sauce, curry paste. And of course, now we have many commercial, this kind of paste we have come. So this we have developed nearly 10 years back. At that time, not much indigenous made these culinary products are not available. At that time, only one company called CPF, Center for Processed Food. They approached IHR and asked, can you develop these products for us, and we will pay for the whatever expenses that are incurred by the institute for the development these technologies. And this assignment was given to me, and within a matter of 6 to 8 months, I was able to develop some 8 products, and this technology has been transferred to them, and they are commercially produced. Of course, this is what you can see the color watermelon rind candy. Rind is white. Here we have incorporated edible permitted color. It's very important. We should not use any color. Only edible quality, and that also permitted color only. That also within the permitted limit. This is very important. So this is from watermelon rind. We have also pickled green. We have also prepared pickles from watermelon rind. So culinary products, culinary paste, I already mentioned. These are onion products. Okay. Onion paste. Okay. So this is onion paste making. Mature onions, peel it, cut it, This is peeled one, cut into pieces, blend it, take it in a vessel, take the weight. Then we have to add certain additives like salt, acetic acids, and other things at a particular known percentage. Since these are some of the IHR technology, I am not supposed to dispose of the actual content and all things. So only main things only I am telling how it is done. And if anybody is interested in commercial production, they can approach IHR. They will give the technology, and also they give the training, and also they will give the training certificate stating that so and so company or so and so person has undergone training and purchased technology from IHR. So this will help in getting the FSSAI certificate, as I mentioned. If you are going for commercial production, you require FSSAI, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India's license. Earlier it was called as FEO, Food Product Order. Now it is FSSAI. So that it will help. So one can take the license and go for large scale production, and they can make you or make their own labels with their company name and all details, nutrition and all. So yeah. So this is I was mentioning technology transfer. All these culinary traits have been taken from one woman self-help group from Shimoga. Of course, it's a district in Karnataka. So these self-help group, they have taken this technology from IHR Institute, and they are commercially producing and marketing. So even mushrooms can be processed. So then this is one more important product called butterfruit or avocado butterfruit spread. So nowadays we see that even butterfruit is also grown in India. So it is also becoming more popular. Once again, the product is produced at large scale, though they are getting now 120 rupees, 150 rupees per kg, 200 kg. When production increases, again they will face the problem of price like any other fruit or vegetables. So at AHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Institute, we have developed this product, what is called as butterfruit spread. So wherever you use jam or jelly, we can take this spread, smear it on the bread or any other item, we can eat it. It is a sweet product. So when this product was first developed, so we had given to many people to just give taste and give their opinion about this product. When this product was given to some school children, some 20 to 25 children. So and I personally went there to collect their opinion about this product. So since I had gone there, they cannot say it is not good or bad. They were telling, okay, but I sensed it. So they are not liking something or they want something else. So then I told, no, you don't get worried. So you just, we want your frank opinion. You tell why you are not very happy or you are not 100% like. So then what they said is, sir, we children like chocolate. So if any products that comes in chocolate flavor is like. Similarly, if this your butterfruit spread, if it is given in chocolate flavor, we'll definitely buy and enjoy and relish. So immediately I jumped and developed this right side. Whatever product you are seeing is, it is butterfruit spread with chocolate flavor. In the sense, I have not added any synthetic chocolate flavor. I have used cocoa powder at some 2 to 2.5% level only. So the one is white is without any cocoa powder, the other one is with chocolate flavor. So we can target the audience where we are going to market. Who are our audience? Our target, this one, whether they are children, whether they are adults, or if they are older people. Older people means they are not supposed to take more sweeter. So for that, we have to use not sugar, some other sugar-free we have to use and develop. So even supporter can be preserved using. So I was telling some Madras company has taken our technology from Indian Institute of Horticulture. You can see Jumbo. So Jumbo Squash, take a sip of nature. So these are the products manufactured at that company, making use of the technology developed at our institute. They have purchased this technology, various technologies, and they are commercially producing and marketing in India and also exporting. So these are osmotically dehydrated fruits. So osmotically, just sorry, I will take just some 5 minutes. So normally drying means we will directly go for sun drying or say tray dryer or anything. So here in osmotic drying is what is done is if you want to dry fruit pieces, so first they are prepared. So somewhat semi-ripe fruits are taken, they are washed, cut into pieces, peel is removed, and then it is put in concentrate sugar syrup of say 50 to 60%, having around 0.3% citric acid and also little quantity of potassium metabisulfate, and left as it is for 5 to 6 hours. So when we leave it like this, what happens? Without application of any heat, so nearly 50 to 60% of water that is present inside the fruit will move out of the fruit pieces to the surrounding sugar syrup because of the difference in sugar syrup gradient. Because outside syrup, sugar is more, water is less, but inside fruit, water is more, sugar is less. Because of that, without applying any heat, sugar comes out of the fruit or vegetable itself. And but this we will be able to remove maximum 50% of moisture only. So afterwards, final drying has to be done in a electrical tray dryer. So by doing this, we are able to retain flavor, color, and texture much better, because in normal drying you have to use 65 to 70 degree from the beginning itself. But nearly more than 50% drying we have done without heat. So that way, this huddled processed fruits or vegetables are better than ordinary dried fruit or vegetables. Almost all fruits or vegetables can be dried using this technology. So most of these technologies are available at IHR, but these technologies were not developed by me, but one more my colleague, Dr. R.B. Tiwari, because during the institute, he was given the work on dry fruits, dry fruit and dry fruit products, but I was asked to work on other than fruit products. So that's how I have developed so many fruit beverages, squashes, shorties, beverages, culinary paste, so raisins and also products. Of course, raisin was developed before this bifurcation was done. Otherwise, I was not supposed to work on raisin because it involves drying or dehydration. So before that, Tiwari joined IHR, I had developed that raisin making technique was standardized at IHR. So individual shrink wrapping, coming to the handling and storage of fruits and vegetables. So so if we give a very thin film coating on the surface of fresh fruits or vegetables, it acts as a barrier for the loss of moisture from fresh fruit or vegetables. Because if we keep 5 kgs of say mango today and you take the weight after 1 week, so it will not be 5 kg, it will be 4 kg, 4.1 or 4. That means that much amount of water has gone out from the fruit. So similar thing happens in vegetables. But if we give a suitable thin film coating, so earlier you must be aware, wax coating was coming for fruits. The technology developed at CFTRI. So now it is not much used. So the shrink wrapping technology is used. But here we require a, so you can see this pomegranate stored for 1 month. So control without wrapping, they have almost shriveled, and so they have reached almost final stage. So we can see the ones which are shrink wrapped, they are very firm, good looking, very attractive. Marketing will be also used. Similarly, capsicum, when they are stored for 10 days without that packing, you can see they are completely, moisture has gone, they are shriveled, and you can see the same stored for 10 days with this wrapping, shrink wrapping. So they are still in very good cooking condition. So this is a low cost ripening chamber, ripening for guava and all. Apart from this, at IHR, many drying or dehydration technology has been developed by one more my colleague, one Dr. Sangama, she has done. So these technologies are also available from IHR. We can see she has dyed various, because these fresh flowers like fruits and vegetables cannot be kept for a longer time. Even if you keep in vase with water and so many other additions, you have to change after 10 days or 15 days. So, but if we dry it, and we can store even up to from 6 months to 1 year, and also we can make various types of decorative this ones, and even for mementos can be prepared using this dried flower. So even at IHR it is being very much. So these are dried by eco-friendly, long life and durable. Very designs can be made, and year round availability, because flowers are very much seasonable. But we can see various types of products that has been developed by my colleague Dr. Sangama. So digambrinon, product of helicase. So these are some other products. So this is the passion fruit, sorry again, small squash, adult process, just I am reminding. LSK is osmotically dried. So sorry, I feel I have taken a little more time than what I was, but I was trying to cover as much as possible, but I must have missed some points also, but you are most welcome. So I have given my mobile number, also email ID. So you are most welcome to contact me at any free time. So I will be able to give some suggestion or help, or I can suggest where you, if you go, you get suitable technology or training for your further enhancement of your career and other things. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I thank all the organizers and also SKCS, Sri Krishnadeva College of Horticulture Sciences, for giving me this rare opportunity of presenting my work and also the post-harvest work that has been done at Indian Institute of Horticulture and somewhere else also, and not only on food, processed products of fruits and vegetables. Even I could mention about other flour and other products and some storage techniques. So I hope it was of some use to whoever is attending. So if it has increased your knowledge to a little extent, and if it is going to be of some use to you in future, I will be really thankful to the organizers for this opportunity. Thank you everyone once again. Thank you.
Admin, please open chat box for doubt clearing session.
Okay, sir.
Sir, 4 to 5 minutes doubt clearing section is there.
If anybody, if they have some this one, they are most welcome.
Chat box is open for queries. If someone has any, they can ask.
I am sorry, there is some sound problem. I am not able to hear fully. So, uh, so you can send your this one either in mail or even you can put it in comment. If somebody reads that comment and tells, I will be able to answer that. So, thank you, Dr.
Okay, okay, no worry, sir. एडमिन हमारे क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे, आप उसको रिप्लाई करना.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, sir, we have first question from Dr. AD. And the question is, actually, we are getting lots of messages.
Regarding sulfur fumigation, so in India, still we are using these chemical preservatives, but in some of the developed countries, they have completely banned or stopped using these chemical preservatives. So it is unfortunate. Many pesticides and other things, when they are banned in other countries, they come to Indian market farmers without knowing they are using. So you have to use at the lowest possible level. That's why FSSA or FU has prescribed a specific limit. So we can use lower than that limit, but we are at any cost, we are not supposed to use at higher than the permitted limit. So if they find that our products are having not per FSSA specification, they can seize our product, take and cancel our the license, and they can take other actions also. Nice suggestion. Is there
Hello, sir.
conservation methods for raw ginger? So raw ginger, as such, I have shown that one product that is, of course, ginger paste, which is used in culinary. This ones. So raw means what can be done is it can be peeled, washed, and it can be soaked in some chemical preservative up to lower level and properly packed and can be stored at refrigerated condition. It will not stay at room temperature. That is a what I can suggest. But best thing I suggest is to go for paste making, because this paste making doesn't involve very high costly equipments and all. Even at home scale, small scale, these products can be prepared and manufactured. Even IHR will give technology training and everything, hand holding, everything will be done. So of course, once you learn the technology and all, you can further propagate to your known people also, or who particularly this unemployed youth and all, instead of waiting for the government job. they can start, because government is also giving lot of importance and emphasis, Atma Nirbhar. So the products developed and produced in India have a better market. So, sir, I want to know, yes, which factors can help maintain the appearance of the post-war technician, how to reduce post-harvest, which factors? Okay, as we know, first and foremost, the temperature is the most important factor. Higher the temperature, shorter the shelf life. So that's why most of the times it is recommended to, starting from field harvesting, remove the field heat. Then as far as possible, if it is possible, we have to store at refrigerated condition. That is cold storages, if available, we can store and wait for the better price. And when the price comes better, at that time only it can be marketed. So otherwise, if you want for a very longer time, maybe domestic market or for the export purpose, so then invariably we have to go for the product marking. Like if it is mango, it can be canned mango pulp or canned mango slices or osmotically dehydrated mango slices, like this, very even mango fruit bar. So osmotically dried mango fruit bar, like that, various options are available depending on the facilities, depending on the technical know-how, and depending on how much one is able to invest. So one can select the suitable technology and go ahead. Yeah, next. So any
Sir,
other
we
thing?
have a yeah, sir. We have a question from Meenakshi Kumari. And the question is, what about the nutrition percentage level if we are making vegetables
Question
and
is,
fruit?
kindly you, whatever, kindly put it on this one. I am not able to hear
The
clearly.
chat box, the message was already in the chat box, but we are getting like lots of messages, na, sir. So we have to scroll it. Like open the chat box and scroll the chat box. So it's okay, sir. I'm sending the
I
message.
think there are no more questions. I think
No, sir.
advisors
The
can
question, sir. The question. I
close it down. Yeah. Sir, what about the nutritional percentage if we are making vegetable and fruit? Okay, dried pulp. So this is a good question indeed. So as far as possible, and always the fresh one is the best. There is no substitute for fresh fruit or vegetables. If say mango fruit is there and mango juice is there, I always suggest to go for mango fruit. You eat fruit as such, because when you are making the product, what we are doing is cutting the fruit, removing the fiber. So unnecessarily we are removing the fiber, and that too when diabetics and other problems are too high, and when you go to the doctor they suggest, no, your this one should have a high amount of fiber and all. So as far as possible, so it is better to use fresh fruit or vegetable. So that's why in India still we are depending on fresh fruits or vegetables. But in other countries where they don't get fresh fruit or vegetables, they are not growing, they are have to import from other countries. If they import fresh fruit or vegetable, by the time it reaches the market or this one, it is already half rotten. So that's why there is no option, they go for the processed ones. But as far as in India and present condition, so we can use the fresh fruit or vegetable to a larger extent.
Okay, so we have next question from Dr. Kamal Kumar.
Hello, sir.
Hello, yeah, tell me, sir.
Next question is, sir. Sir, very informative session and detailed lecture. You have provided mechanism of KMS and benzoic acid in processing. Please
Yeah.
give information on mechanism of acetic acid in processing also.
Mechanism, which one?
Please give information on mechanism of acetic acid in processing also.
Acetic acid, no? Acetic acid
Yes.
or what? Mechanism of acetic acid or what? See, in some of the product, acetic acid is added. So it is added in addition to the chemical preservative. For example, if you take tomato, ketchup, sauce, or puri, any other things, when sodium benzoate is added, we add little acetic acid also because so from sodium benzoate, benzoic acid has to be released. For releasing of that benzoic acid, some acidity should be already there in the product. So that's why acetic acid is added, whether it is a tomato ketchup or sauce or any other this one, to provide some acidic medium in the product itself, so that the required this one will not facilitate the microbial growth and multiplication. So that way, indirectly acetic acids helps in the preservation of our some of the products. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, a difference between squares and RTS.
Sorry, I am not able to hear this from problem from my side. So that's why if somebody types that question, I can answer. If it is put in that question, excellent one. So
सर
new,
नो इशू, मैं ईमेल और आपका कांटेक्ट दे दूंगा, अगर यदि किसी कैंडिडेट को कोई डाउट है तो वो आपसे पूछ लेगा सर.
sir, sorry, sir, I am not able to hear.
Hello, sir. I'm audible.
I think if some
Sir,
more
I'm
questions
audible.
and doubts are there, more information is required, kindly you send a mail to my email ID. So as far as possible, I will try to give the suitable answer or solution for your this one. Because so I think you may be able to hear very well from this side, whatever I'm talking, but even organizers or whoever is there, whatever they're talking, I am hearing only some sound. I am not able to clearly grasp what is being told or talked. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Issue kind permission. May I conclude? You definitely yes. Please go ahead and conclude the session, sir. Thank you very much for all the organizers and participants, and also for your patience hearing for such a long time. It is already crossed 8:15. So still you are sitting there with lot of interest and enthusiasm. So it shows your interest towards the subject. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for providing it. So thank you. Thank you. So thank you very much
Thank you
for
so much.
and also all the participants. Oh, definitely, definitely. So definitely. So even my full presentation I have provided. So any doubt they can go, you or any of your people can go through, and if it's any further elaboration is required, so they can point out in this slide, this point, if you are not able to understand, and if you want little more elaborate, so definitely I will do it. Because my problem was early, initially I prepared like two separate classes, 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour, two sessions. So then I was told I should club and make single presentation. Actually, earlier I was planning for handling and storage of fresh fruits and vegetables as a separate lecture and presentation. Processing and development of value added products as a separate one more set of presentation. So because of course, so many other constraints. So I did as per the available opportunity, but I'm still very happy for the opportunity given to me. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So good night, everyone. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Please, close down the session, sir. Bye, bye, bye to everyone. Tata.